Welcome back, guys. It's Chris here. 2 weeks ago I started working on a training guide to help beginner mountaineers. This training guide focuses on developing the main fitness qualities that you need to be better in mountaineering. We started by working on lower body mobility, and today we're going to focus on upper body mobility. We're starting off with 2 drills that are going to improve our thoracic mobility, meaning the mobility in our upper back. So our first drill is a side-lying windmill. And for this drill, we're going to use a foam roller to place our leg on, or a couple of yoga blocks. I'm going to start by laying on my side with my whole body straight and my arms in front of the body. From there, I'm taking the foam roller or the blocks and I'm placing my knee on top of it at a 90-degree angle. From there, I'm just gonna have a stretch on my right shoulder. I'm then going into a semicircle all the way over the head. You're gonna feel a stretch on your lat here. I'm then continuing behind the body and I'm closing the arms together. The whole time while I do this, the weight stays on my right knee. Now when you come over on this side, you just want to make sure that you're not going to drop your arm down or have your shoulder pushed in. Have a bit of tension. The more flexibility you're going to gain, the lower you're going to be able to do this. But it doesn't come from the front of the arm, it comes from the back, from the upper back. So, arm drives out, slight stretch on the back of the shoulder. I'm then coming all the way over the head. I'm looking constantly at my arm. Once you reach the back, you want to keep a bit of tension on the chest and then close. Next, we're going into thoracic rotations, which again helps improve the mobility in our upper back. Basically, this area tends to get very immobile the more we sit in a slouched position, especially when you're on your phone or on the computer. And this exercise just helps open up the back. So we're starting from a kneeling position with the knees under the hip and the arms under the shoulders. I'm then gonna bring one arm in. You're gonna feel a slight stretch on the shoulder blade at the back, and then I'm gonna reach all the way up and continue back in. 2-second hold on the way in, stretch, back up. We're just threading the arm through, stretch, and then reach again. So let me show you from this side as well. 2-second hold on the way in, and then I'm having a slight stretch on the chest on the way up. 1, 2, and back up. We're then going to move into lat foam rolling. So the lats are one of the main muscle groups on your back. They attach into the upper arm and you use them mainly for activities like climbing or any type of pulling activity. They tend to get quite tight, and especially with an exercise like foam rolling, you can feel them quite tender as well when you do it. So when we're going to foam roll, we're aiming to go from here, and you can even work your way down at the back there because the whole muscle goes all the way through and inserts into the lower back. So we're gonna start by placing the foam roller down on the mat. I'm gonna have one leg straight and the other leg prompted down for a little bit of leverage. I'm then gonna rest with my side on top of the lat, and I'm gonna start with my arm over the head. Now, for some of you, this might be a little bit tender initially, so you can just sit there and just take deep breaths in and do that about 5 times. Then you can start by rocking side to side. Once that area gets a bit more desensitized, and then roll a little bit higher and keep rolling and releasing that lat. Once you get a little bit more used to doing this, you can just lift the hip a bit and actively roll about 1 centimeter per second on the whole length of the lat. Next, we're gonna work with a drill called the cat-camel drill. So you might have heard about this one before. I would say that this is one of the best and most classic exercises that you can add. So this is gonna help release the erector muscle group, which are the muscles that run all the way from your neck down into your lower back and are responsible for keeping you upright and making you have that good tall posture. So we're standing again from a kneeling position with the arms under the shoulders. I'm then gonna round my whole back and separate my shoulder blades, holding that end position for about a second. I'm then literally gonna do the opposite and arch, push my shoulders down, bring my chin up, and repeat. So you want every single segment of the spine to round. Here you want to bring your pelvis under, separate the shoulder blades, and hold. And then transition. Every single segment arches, shoulders push down, chin comes up, pelvis tilts, and change again. And then just slowly move through these. Alright, and following this, we're gonna go into hip flexor and bend drill. So this is gonna target our hip flexor group, which we worked on in the previous video as well, but it's also gonna target our obliques, which are the muscles that come from here, from the top of the hip, and insert into the bottom of the ribs. So you're using these anytime you do any side bending type exercises. So the way that we're gonna do this is, we're gonna start from a kneeling position with the chest up, and then bring one leg up in front. You can see that I have a 90-degree angle on the front leg and the back. From there, if you have a tendency to have your lower back a little bit more arched like I do, you want to make sure that you start this by just tucking your pelvis underneath. So tuck, opposite of that arch. I'm holding that in. I'm then pushing in front. You can see that I have a good stretch here on this leg. This is the hip flexor here, and this is the leg that's getting stretched. From there, I'm gonna bring the opposite arm to the front leg up over the head, and I'm gonna bend to the side. And that bend comes from here, not by the arm just moving by itself. So bend, reset. So since it's a mobility drill, we're moving through it. I'm gonna reset. Tuck, push, arm, bend. Good. And again, tuck, push, arm, bend. Sounds like a song is gonna start. Tuck, push, arm, bend. And then we change. You can do about 5, 6, or 8 reps on each side. So as a front view, I'm bringing one leg in front of the body. I'm not hiking my hip to one side or the other. I'm staying nice and square. From there, tuck, push, arm, bend. Deep breath in, reset. Again, tuck, push, arm, bend. And the last thing that we're gonna do is work with a few drills to release the muscles in our neck. So you want to release these especially if you're gonna do a lot of hiking with a heavy pack, because they just tend to get so tight from the weight of the pack pushing down. So because I have a really short tripod and I'm quite tall myself, I'm gonna have to do this from a kneeling position there. So just imagine that I'm standing up. Wait, that's better. So arms out by the side. I'm just gonna start by looking to one direction, and I'm just following the pattern of a smiley face with my chin down and through, and then I'm repeating on the other side, down and through. And I'm gonna do this about 10 times. You always want to make sure that the head is in line with the body when you start this. So try not to have your neck drop down. Just make a double chin, stand nice and tall, and from there you're gonna start these drills. After this, we're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna lift, bring it back down. You're gonna feel this a lot in the front of the neck as well. And finally, we're just gonna try to target the side of the neck by doing a few side tilts. So I'm starting this and the drill before as well, just by bringing my head in line with the body. And then I'm just gonna relax my head to one side. You're gonna feel it straight away there, and then change. Again, we can do 10 to 20 reps of this. I'm just gonna leave you with a little bit of info on when you can also do all of these drills. In the next video, I'm gonna be working on stability and balance.